And welcome to the Daily Deuce. We're here with your favorite father and son team as we go through another exciting day in the sports world. As usual, it's me, Dante Webster, and I'm here with...
Good afternoon. I'm John Webster. How's it going, Dante?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing great. Looking forward to another exciting segment. First, let's do a shout out to Reggie Williams. On our last segment, we had Reggie, former Georgetown player, former Dunbar High School player, was our special guest. ESPN 30 for 30 did a piece on the Baltimore boys. Excellent piece, Dante. And thank you, Reggie, for being a part of the Daily Deuce.
Congratulations, and thank you to Reggie. But on to today's matters. Yesterday, we had the fight of the century. It was Mayweather versus McGregor. What'd you think of it?
Well, Dante, it ended up with a Mayweather win.
That was known.
I think everybody pretty much figured Floyd Mayweather was going to win. I think McGregor did a good job. He fought well. He surprised some people from what I'm reading about him and setting himself up to do other things. Maybe he fights again. Hopefully Mayweather won't fight again, but I think he says he's done, but I think he'll come back.
I'm probably with you. I probably think he will come back just because he won again and he just has the itch and he likes the money. The best money that he'll make is probably on him. He'll make the most money with his own fights. Could he promote other people's fights? Yes, but the most money he'll make is a Floyd Mayweather fight. That's what everybody wants to see. I don't know why, but they want to. In terms of yesterday's fight, I thought it was better than what we expected. Lasted longer than a lot of people said. A lot of people said it would only go about 6 or 7 rounds. After you started watching it, you knew it wouldn't just go 6 or 7. As a matter of fact, I would say McGregor won the first 3 rounds. So since McGregor won the first 3 rounds, I was automatically like, oh, okay, this isn't just going to go 6 or 7. I think he's going to have to actually take it a little bit longer. And so won the first 3. Then Mayweather battled back, and you can see why Mayweather has been undefeated as long as he has been. He's an amazing boxer. He was already outsmarting him. He was outplaying him. It was Mayweather's kind of match. It was Mayweather's kind of match, and it worked out for him. I thought that Mayweather had the game plan, battle the storm early, weather it, and you would do really good for yourself in the end. And it made sense. So, Mayweather came back, did everything right, won the fight. McGregor, I'll say this, he was a little bit, it was strange. He's not an orthodox fighter, so it probably took Mayweather by surprise first couple of rounds. I was about to say innings. This isn't baseball, clearly. But it probably had him off guard a little bit because he was very unorthodox. It was a different type of fight, and you're fighting a different type of guy. And then you have to remind McGregor that you can't use hammer fists in a boxing match because he has him wrapped up a couple times and starts hitting him on top of the head. And I'm pretty sure you can't do that. Not a boxing expert, but I imagine you can't give him hammer fists. You can't just rain down blows on him. Yeah. But it was different. It was a spectacle, nonetheless. That was what it was supposed to be. It was a spectacle. But can you say it wasn't worth the money? Not really. It was better than Mayweather-Pacquiao.
It was better than Mayweather-Pacquiao, but I guess the question I'd have for you, did Mayweather carry him to get it to 10 rounds? Could Mayweather have put him away before then?
I mean, I would say there's a possibility of that, but I would think he didn't want to. So would you say he carried him? Possibly, but it's a typical Mayweather fight. It lasts. He does it on purpose. He always wants to take it longer.
Well, this fight, he came at him.
Yeah.
A lot of times, Mayweather does a lot of counterpunching. And that's why people say his fights are boring, because he's a very scientific and calculated fighter. But he came at him, and I don't think McGregor was prepared for him coming to him like that. But who knows what the future holds for it. Could you go see that again?
Would I go see them again? No, I don't want to see them again because I've seen it once, so I'm good. I don't really have to watch the spectacle twice because I know how it would end. No offense. It won't get any better no matter how many times they fight. I'm just saying. But could I see that becoming the springboard for Mayweather, maybe taking on the winner of Triple G and Alvarez? Possibly. We will find that out after September, I guess. And so we had a really big trade happen in the NBA. Was it this week? I want to see it was this week. Yeah. We had a really big trade happen in the NBA. Kyrie Irving goes from the Cavaliers to the Celtics. I almost said Lakers, wishful thinking. So
never.
Probably not, but it's okay. So he went from the Cavaliers to the Celtics. And the Celtics send back Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Ante Zizic, none of us know him, and a first-round pick from the Nets in 2018. What did you think of the trade?
In my opinion, I think the Celtics got a good trade. I think Kyrie Irving playing with Al Horford, playing with Gordon Hayward, they will form a very good trio. And right now in the NBA, you have to have 3 players to be where you need to get to. I think that is excellent for them. I also think, in my opinion, that Kyrie Irving does not play a lot of defense, but is able to. And I think Brad Stevens can get him to play more defense. Also, he is a creator. He's somebody that can take the last shot of the game. Gordon Hayward has no interest in being the man, per se. He's a very good player, but he is not the man. Al Horford is a very good player, but is not the man. Kyrie Irving, in this situation, will be the man and will be able to live up to that. And I think they will be a very good team. I know there are a lot of people that feel Cleveland is still ahead of Boston. A lot of people feel that Cleveland got the better of this deal because they got Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder can hit a baseline 3, which is very important in today's NBA. But I still look at Isaiah Thomas as being a very good player, but he's undersized and he can be really exploited on defense because of his size.
I look at it as neither team won, but if I had to look at one team as getting the better deal, I would say it is the Cavs. For the reason you said, Jay Crowder helps him out a lot, and Isaiah Thomas can come in and give you not the exact same, points-wise, just pure numbers, same type of production that Kyrie Irving gave, possibly at a more efficient clip. Defensively, you're going to get worse. Somehow. Not somehow. Defensively, it makes sense you're going to get worse. That's how I look at it personally. I just think it's like both teams kind of just lateraled it all. And I think the Celtics are going to end up being worse for the wear just because they traded their best defensive players. Earlier in the summer, you got rid of Avery Bradley and you sent him to Detroit to get one of the Morris brothers. We don't know which one because they're the same person. And then you send Crowder to Cleveland in this trade. So basically, you're getting rid of all your good defensive guys. And to win the NBA, you need to have some type of perimeter defense. They don't have anything in the perimeter. And for everything Al Horford can do, not a real rim protector. So you're going to be kind of soft on the inside. So you don't know what's going to happen. The defense is going to take a step back. Is Brad Stevens an amazing coach? Or could he scheme something up that'll work?
Yes.
Yes, I'll say that. But you still would want to have your numbers-wise, you'd want to have your best defender still on that team.
My question to you, you say 2 words, rim protector. Who is the rim protector on the Golden State Warriors?
The rim protector? What's that guy's name? Zaza. If not Zaza, JaVale. They have guys that actually give you 6 fouls. And maybe block
so
some
does
shots.
Boston.
Boston lost a lot of guys. That's how I look at it. Boston lost a lot of guys. They even lost Amir Johnson. He was a
Boston will still be able they will still be able to be in a position to have a rim protector with Al Horford or whoever else they bring off the bench. The other thing I will say for Cleveland, why would you trade Kyrie Irving, who is one of the top 15 or 20 players at worst in the league, probably one of the top 10, why would you trade him to a team in the Eastern Conference?
Should you trade him to a team in the Eastern Conference? No. But could you get away with trading him? Yes, because we still don't know what Kyrie as the man is. Because when you had Kyrie as the man earlier in Cleveland, it was still lottery picks. So for the record, we don't know if Kyrie is ready to be the man on a team that wins 50-plus games. The man. LeBron, for everything that he may want to say, LeBron does carry the load in the regular season. Does Kyrie get the last shot in the game? Yes. But does LeBron carry the workload? We gotta be real with this.
I agree with you.
He's the workhorse. But LeBron is a once in a generation talent. So it does change everything. Yeah. But I'm just saying, we don't know if Kyrie really is the man like he wants to be.
I'll say this. For Kyrie Irving to want a trade, I don't agree with him wanting a trade because you have a perfect scenario, the perfect storm to go and try to win another championship in Cleveland. But since you want it to be done, I think he'll be very successful in Boston. I think Brad Stevens is one of the best coaches in the NBA. He is the best coach coming out of a timeout, diagramming plays out of a timeout, without a doubt. I think it's a good situation. I think Cleveland has made a mistake. And we also, let's get to the point of Isaiah Thomas and this hip injury. They're saying now that he has a hip injury. I blame Cleveland for that. You knew he had a hip injury. I knew he had a hip injury. Everybody in the world knew Isaiah Thomas hurt his hip last year in the playoffs against Cleveland. So for you to still make the trade and not check him before you made the trade, whose fault is that?
And that's where it'll be speculatory. That's where it's all up in the air, and we will have to see what will happen with that next season, as well as possibly next week to see if the trade even goes all the way through due to this injury. The marathon that is the baseball season is almost winding down. So as we're coming down towards the end, what do you see going on in baseball right now?
My Orioles are still hanging in there, Dante. 2 games out of a wild card spot.
9 games out in the division.
I just want to get in. If I get in, we can make noise. That's all that matters.
You know it doesn't count if you only get to the wild card game, right?
It does count. It's
No,
part of the
no, it
playoffs.
doesn't.
It's part of the
No,
Major League
no,
playoffs.
it doesn't count.
Look, yeah, well,
No, it doesn't.
Well, yes, it does. You ask the commissioner of baseball, he will tell you, Mr. Manfred will tell you, it counts.
It counts if you win. It literally only counts if you win. If you don't win, it doesn't count.
You were there.
You weren't in the playoffs. I mean, playoffs are series, not games. This isn't the NFL.
We just need a chance to get in. That's all we need.
One chance.
Just one chance.
One pitcher on the mound.
It's one game.
This is what you want to ride with.
It's one
This
game.
is really what you want to ride with.
It's one game.
It's all fun and games, so that one game ends up being a Baldo Jimenez, and then you're sitting there like, oh, well, this just really didn't go right.
I can almost guarantee you he will not be the starting pitcher for that one game.
We don't know what may happen. Maybe the timing gets a little thrown off. You never know. Maybe the starts get a little messed up.
No, it's not going to get that messed up.
Okay.
He will not be the starter.
Who's the starter for that one game?
I could see either being Bundy, Gossman, or maybe Hellickson. That's what I can see.
Not Tillman?
Tillman has been put to the bullpen.
Wow. That changes. Everything changes so fast in baseball. You can really be demoted so quickly, and it does count as a demotion to go from being a starting pitcher to going to the bullpen where you're only throwing a couple innings.
We're putting him where he can help us the most.
AKA he's not very good right now, and so we're going to hide his deficiencies.
Whenever we call him, he has to come in the game and be a relief pitcher.
He really needs to improve himself in order to earn his job back. All right, got you. So there's veiled language there, and that's what we're going to go with. Outside of the Orioles, what do you see? Who do you like right now?
Well, I'll go up to the National League because I know you're a Nats guy. And I
Yeah.
think the Nats are running away with the East. They're going to be there. You got to make sure Scherzer and Strasburg are healthy. You're struggling with that right now.
Definitely.
Bryce
Well, you got to
Harper-
make sure Bryce Harper's healthy, too.
Yeah,
That's
he's
a
got a
big
bad
deal.
knee. Got to see how that's going to work out. But Dusty Baker, I love Dusty Baker as a manager. Did a great job in San Francisco, did a great job in Chicago with the Cubs, did a great job in Cincinnati. Everywhere he's gone, he's won. So I think they're going to be a good team. I love the Cubs. So
Cubs coming on strong at the end of the year.
They're coming on strong.
They were struggling at first. They're
Yeah,
coming on strong.
They're
That I do
coming
know.
on strong. Schwarber's doing okay. They're starting to get their pitching together. Rizzo is being Rizzo. They're a tough team. But playoff-wise, that'll probably be the Nats' first round opponent.
And they'll probably cancel each other out. Well, not cancel each other out. The Nats will be the ones that get canceled out, which we could probably agree with that.
It'll be a good series.
Hopefully.
What it's going to come down to, honestly, can the Nats close games? I think they've
Man, that's
had,
gonna be the hard part.
14 or 15 blown saves already this year?
Got to look it up, be sure, but yes, continue.
Something like that. So if you can get, who is it? What's the reliever's name? Doolittle. If you can get Doolittle to close the games out. Last week they decided to bring him in the 8th inning instead of the 9th inning. They ended up losing. I think that was to Miami. But they got a good team, but it's going to be rough.
Are we going to say right now, the way things are looking, just off the strength of the regular season, are we calling this a Dodgers year? Because right now the Dodgers are over 50 games above 500. They have a very good lineup. The starting pitching got better at the trade deadline after you added Yu Darvish. They aren't really struggling in too many areas here.
Well, baseball's a very funny sport, and we were talking about that earlier today. And I shared with you a few years back, Seattle Mariners won 116 games.
Didn't even make it to the World Series.
Didn't make it to the World Series, lost to the Yankees. The Yankees went to the World Series. So I see the Dodgers on pace to win between 105 to 112 games this year. And they are stacked from offense, defense, pitching. They can do it all without a doubt.
Yes.
But also what I shared with you, in baseball, when you get to the playoffs, your pitching rotation can go down some because you don't need 5 pitchers then. You
Only
can go
need
with
three
3,
guys.
3
Yep.
or 4 at the most because the games are spread out so far. So the Nats may not have as many pitchers or Chicago may not have as many pitchers, but because of the way you space the games out, you only really need 3 guys. And then you got a bullpen and you can get it done. It'd be nice, but me personally, I'd rather see Chicago or the Nats.
Quick call right now. World Series pick. Quick call. No explanation. Just quick call. Who you got?
Okay, we go with Cubs, and since I can't say Orioles, you say Cubs and Cubs in Cleveland.
Cubs in Cleveland. Right now, I will probably say Dodgers, and I'll say Dodgers in Cleveland right now. So yeah,
Okay.
we're in about the same area on that.
But but going back to what we said on Daily Deuce last year, Cubs Orioles could still possibly happen.
And dreams don't always come true, everybody. Remember that. All right, and that is another episode of the Daily Deuce. As usual, it has been Dante Webster.
And I'm John Webster. Really enjoyed it. You all have a great week. We'll be coming back to you real soon and with some good NFL football information.
We'll see you next time, and hopefully when we see you, the Dallas Cowboys are in first place in the NFC East.